Welcome, everyone. It's a pleasure to be at the stage at the TechBBQ. It's actually first time that life science is getting so much spotlight, and I take honor in moderating this debate. I'm a senior business developer at Bio Innovation Institute. This is where we work with pharma, medtech, digital health, and AI. And therefore, we believe there are several things that might be relevant for everyone in the audience. We drive a lot of innovation in this field. This is also why we have responsibility to have a public debate about the consequences of the changes which are coming. And first of all, I would like to get a little bit of a feeling of the audience about... Where's the clicker? I would like to get a feeling about what you think about modified humans and the directions where it's going. Can I please ask you to get your phone and send an SMS? If you are concerned about the future of scientific and technological enhancements of human body, please send SMS bio yes. If you are not, bio no, to number 1245. I will ask you exactly the same question at the end of the debate, and it's going to be interesting to compare. Did we move it to the left, or did we move it to the right? I guess we have 2 votes, maybe 3 now.
It's a close race.
Thank you. Let's give it 15 more seconds. Yes. I can tell it's kind of half-half, which is interesting because there is a lot of space for going one way or the other way. It's also easy for me to remember when we compare at the end. So, in order to get a little bit more light on those topics, we have invited a fantastic panel of experts working with technology, ethics, and science in this field. And can I please ask you to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Ole. I'm a venture capitalist today. Before this, I ran a startup for 10 years in microfluidic diagnostics. Then before that, I ran a corporate incubator where I started 14 high-tech companies, and then I worked for big corporates before that.
Yes. So what I do is that I try to bridge the digital health with the genomics and multi-omics. I do that because we have huge opportunities, but we are building it into a system that's already broken, and we are going to crash it. The platform I use for that is the Copenhagen Institute for Future Studies. And my background into this world is that some 12 years ago, I initiated the first national genome project in the world in the Faroe Islands. So this has been on my plate for a long time, and we are trying to move it forward.
And I'm Jacob Petersen, and I have worked at Novo for 25 years with a few biotech breaks where I have worked with gene therapy, and more recently I've been given the responsibility to develop Novo Nordisk capabilities within stem cells from early research to manufacturing, wanting to treat people that are suffering from serious chronic diseases where there are no cures today, like Parkinson's, type 1 diabetes, chronic kidney disease, spinal cord injury, and so on and so forth. And then I'm also a member of Novo Nordisk Bioethical Council, where we decide on strategies in relation to gene therapy, human biosamples, animal ethics, and so on and so forth.
So as you can see, it's a hand-picked panel to present different ideas which are relevant to also tech community. However, we don't want to talk about things that interest us. We would like to first ask you, what is it that you would like to get some inputs on? And in order to do that, I have done some research with our panelists, and I picked several statements from them, which I found particularly interesting, and it's up to you which of the topics will be chosen in first priority during the debate. We probably don't have much more than 15 minutes, so I assume top 3 or 4 cases will be discussed, and now it's up to you, so please get your phone again and say what is it that you would like to hear about more. Yes, topic number 1. Today's technology already enables us to make body alterations, and we use it a lot. Topic number 2, designer babies is an over-exaggeration. Gene editing is not that far yet. Topic number 3, in the near future, knowledge will be downloaded to the brain. Topic number 4, is it possible to make cutting-edge solutions available for all? Topic number 5, GDPR is a piece of cake compared to protection of people's genetic data. Topic number 6, if technology gives us the opportunity to save lives, why shouldn't we? And last but not least, in the near future, all children will be conceived via in vitro fertilization. Now it's up to you. You all have 1 vote, and I can already see some leaders. Let's give it last 15 seconds. Thank you very much for your help. And I think now it's time to let the debate get started. And the clear winner is topic number 3, and downloading knowledge to the brain. Ole,
Well,
when is that coming?
Well, I think everybody probably have seen the film Matrix, where Neo learns Kung Fu and Trinity how to fly a helicopter. And that sounds really far-fetched, right? How could that happen? But recently, US scientists did an experiment where they recorded the brainwaves of a pilot while flying a simulator. Then they subjected people to the same recorded brainwaves during sleep, and they then tested it on people who had the treatment and those who didn't. The people who had a treatment, this was about 33% better at learning how to fly than the guys who didn't have to had the same treatment. So I think we are at the edge of starting something where we are learning how the brain works and how we can influence it. We know now we can today edit memories. If you have bad memories, we know how to take them out. We will probably also know how to put memories in a few years.
Yes.
Boggy.
So I will be the conservative futurist here. Maybe that can happen. No, of course, this is a huge interest, and we see a lot of effort in it, and we have seen that for many years. When I started my studies at university in '95, and we looked at all the books, we were always saying, where is the research? We just want the disk, right? But in reality, our knowledge about the brain is extremely limited. So we see the beginning. I fully agree on that, but I do think it will be more than a couple of years, because it's also what does it then do on that part.
Yeah, I will tend to agree a little bit with you. I think that our understanding of how the brain works is somewhat limited. And one thing is understanding, then another thing is then plugging into the brain. There are a few examples from the industry I'm at, the pharma industry, where, for example, in Parkinson's disease, that you can have something called a deep brain stimulation implant. That's an electrical device you get inserted into your brain, and then it helps you send brain waves or electrical impulses so you don't shake. That's an example of a medical use. There are also examples of human-machine hybrids for hearing loss called the cochlear implant, where you get a computer inserted into your ear. For blindness, people are looking at it, and I think those applications probably will go first and are a little bit easier because you know the area that is diseased and you know there are certain electrical signals, but you don't understand it more than that. You don't really know why the electrical signals for different particles are doing what they're doing, but you just know that you stop shaking. So I think to decode the brain and get us connected to neuronal connected to the red is probably going to be a few decades, I would imagine. But stimulating the brain, either with mimicking brain waves where you really don't have decoded what goes on either, or in disease state, I think that's already happening.
So there are many things we can possibly do. Where is the limit? When should we stop? So that we don't end up like in a Black Mirror series.
So I think what we should remember always is that ethics is a moving target, but we always discuss it as aesthetic. So if we take Copenhagen, for instance, 30 years or some 35 years ago, you would have people standing outside the parliament with signs against test tube babies. That was seen as eugenics. You even saw the word Nazis. Now we have actually the same people standing outside and saying everybody has the right to children. You should even be financed by the state, no matter what sexual orientation you have or what sex you are of. So that's what we need to have into mind. What we need on where do we go with it. I think we need to reconsider what is our social contract in a digital age. Our social contract is analog. It's physical in that way. And we need to put in a societal responsibility, which is not just giving money to a school, but actually being a partner for the partners. So how do we develop this? That requires a new mindset, a new business model.
Thank you very much for your inputs. And now let's move on to next most voted topic, and that is the designer babies. So how is it with that? When can we pick color of eyes of our children?
Yeah, we can do that. We can design babies. We can sequence. It goes a little bit with the last topic. Everybody will be conceived by fertilization. To make designer babies, you need to go to an IVF clinic, have an egg, a fertilized egg, and then you need to test the genome. And then you can do certain things with that egg once you have tested the entire genome. You can select an egg that has no diseases. And that, I think everybody morally and ethically will agree to that that's a good thing. Down syndromes and serious genetic diseases, we can screen away for that. Then the next step is intelligence, muscle mass, eye color, and sex. We can screen for that today. And then we can select of the fertilized egg you have in front of you. You can, as a parent, then select the egg that you think best represents the baby you would like to have. But if you are in an unfortunate situation and you don't have any good genes, unfortunately some people don't have that, then you can change the genes. And that's the third step. So going from disease to personal traits as intelligence, eye color, sex, to enhancement. And all of that we can do today. And there is an example, actually the first genetically manipulated child has been born. It was born in 2018 in China. It was a Chinese researcher called Han. And he actually changed the genome, or what we call the germline, of two siblings that were born. So he removed a molecule that resulted in these babies could have HIV. Because I think the mother had HIV and she wanted a baby without HIV. So he genetically manipulated the babies so they couldn't get HIV. And we can say that's reasonable. But what he forgot in the process was that there are a lot of what we call off-target effects that we cannot control for yet, that could make genetic alterations that would have significant consequences for these babies. Secondly, the gene that was removed has later on turned out to be very important in protecting humans against other infections. So it's a little bit, a balance. And of course, before we embark on this, we need to agree as society on what genes are ethical to change and what are not. For me, my personal limit goes with disease genes that you can select natural embryos, not germline manipulation, so you pass the alterations on to next generation. that is in my mind a little bit too much playing God. But if you can deselect kids with serious genetic diseases so the mother can be sure to have a healthy baby, I think that would be okay. And if the genes for the couple are not good enough for that, I think maybe some couples are not meant to have babies, and that is okay.
Thank you so much, Jacob. And now we need the black cat, and I can see Boggy cannot wait.
So I will just take a bit back in history. When the human genome finished in 2003, there was a general understanding that we had 25,000 genes, and there was one gene per disease. That was a one-to-one, and that came off that we had some 50 years of development where we only looked at single genes. So it was a very reductionistic way of looking, and now suddenly we got a holistic way of looking. Then that finished, and we figured out, diseases are not single gene diseases. We have some 9,000 diseases which are single gene. And this, I think, will be the driver, because the only thing we can do there is to change it a bit. And you can say, is it ethical or unethical? This is between 7 and 10% of the disease burden in each country. So there's a huge, and these are the strongest patients organizations also, so they push on us. But our understanding of the genome is extremely limited also today. The genome is more or less 2%, what we read today. And we have seen the last, especially 5 to 7 years, that we have different layers of real-time expressions where we don't really know what happens. And we can also see with the epigenomics, what is the environmental, what is the environmental impact of this? So I do agree that on the target, yes, that's something we will see, whatever we like it or not. I have two concerns. One is new eugenics. So we actually create, like in the 40s and 30s, it was not just Germany, it was all over the Western world that we tried to have superior races. And the other part is that we get so strict. So just like you have offshore banking, you have offshore genomics. So you get the things anyway. So we need to balance that.
I think that if it's out there, somebody will use it to get ahead. So I think that's the scary part of the series, that we have become so good. Technology always comes with a risk, and we try to mitigate it. But we all get in a car every morning. 500,000 people get killed in a car, 10 million get seriously injured every year, but we do it still. So of course these technologies are going to spread. I'm very much agreeing. We need to try to control it, but I'm seriously afraid that we can't control it. If it's out there, it will happen. And where that will lead us is, I think, a very, very deep question that we don't have enough time to answer from this stage.
Thank you very much. And that actually takes us very nicely to the next question. Highest voted. It said, is it possible to make cutting-edge solutions available for all? It's not a secret that certain technological body enhancements and certain processes that are performed in research labs, they have a price. And why some people should have opportunity to protect their children from something while others may not.
I think that, like with any new development, there's going to be those who can afford it and those who can't. There will, of course, be a trickle-down effect that comes over time. But what I really worry about is that we get into a situation where we are able to repair our own bodies to such an extent that a lot of what we actually make in form of money or whatever you want to say will actually go towards extending our own life. So it becomes some kind of trade-off. Will you be spending all your life earning money to extend your life? So I think that is a pretty scary scenario. But I think we will be able to come up over the next 50 years with a solution we can't even imagine today. There's so many things we do routinely today that if you extrapolate those of where they are on an exponential base, we are getting more or less cyborgs at that time.
So if we look at where the conflicts are today, it's on the increasing polarization. We are still raising the buffer, but the rest is growing faster than opportunities. At the same time, so what we see in technology is that we have a hyper specialization, but a need for a holistic thinking on how do we bridge that. And that plays into how do we get this as solutions for everybody. Technology is beginning to be there where we can scale. And I do actually not think that this part of the world will be the scale heaven. So, for instance, what helped when you go to Asia, Africa, and South America, where I spend a lot of time, you go from nothing to something. So, do you have ethical concerns? No, you don't. Do we have legal boundaries in the same way? No, we don't. Do we have very big populations? Yes, you have. So, everything is, you are a business investment. Everything is there to do it. So, I think the scaling will come in a totally different way and not with our moral mindset.
No, and the short answer to the question is no, it will not be available for everybody. And the technology that's available, like mobile phones to almost everybody today, the technology in 10 years is not the same as we see today. And if you look at the medicines like gene therapy, stem cell treatment, and what have you, that will only initially be available to those who can afford it. That is how it is, unfortunately, the way our societies are organized for all kinds of medicine, that initially they will be available to the wealthy part of the world, either for all or for the wealthiest in the wealthy part of the world, and then, as you said, it will trickle down. And that means with the speed, technology, and enhancement possibilities are going, there is a chance, if we're not really, really careful in regulating this, that there will be a super part of the world where people will not only enhance in terms of lifespan, because I think to me that's the least of my worries. My biggest worry is if you start enhancing intelligence and other things, so you make superhumans that very fast will be able to do something that other humans will not be able to do. And that is something I think we should be really, really careful. And how we control it, it should probably be by the big worldwide organizations like WHO and what have you. But whether they have the possibility to empower countries in Asia that can make money on it right now, absolutely not. And that's the biggest worry I actually have.
I think maybe just adding one thing to that. I think we'll see that it comes in as we will have a top tier where we have pharmaceutical control, high quality drugs, and then you're gonna have for these African countries, Asian countries, people who doesn't really care how they produce it. They'll just produce it and they'll sell it because there's so much money in it. So we'll see these gene therapy type disasters at some point because people let out something that really hurts people.
But I mean, if you go into third world countries, you can buy anything already.
Yeah.
So I mean, things that are not invented, you can still buy.
Yeah.
So yes.
You can just go to the web and you don't need to go to a third world country, you can go to the web and buy things that are in clinical development. I bike a little bit, and a lot of the endurance enhancing drugs that are being used to treat medical conditions like obesity and diabetes, you can buy on the web to enhance your endurance, even though they're not approved yet. So you don't need to go to a third world country, you can just take your iPhone and you can get it.
So I can just add on that I was at a global national genome meeting last week, and so it was a Chatham House rule, so I can't say which countries, but there were some Asian countries with very concrete plans that will increase the longevity in population for 10 years, the next 15 years, with using genomics, for instance.
Thank you very much, and I think that was the last question that we have time for. And now I would like to just to scare the audience a little bit more. It's like your last chance to say what's the worst thing that can go in the next 20, 30 years in regards to modifications of human body with use of technologies. And Jacob, you already mentioned the availability of solutions for everyone. So now you have to make up another one.
Yeah, I think my biggest fear is, unfortunately, a lot of these things will go on in the more developing world and be available in the more developing world. Unfortunately, in the more developing world, we can have and instigate regulations that can control it. That doesn't mean that other places cannot be done. By, for example, gene enhancement, not getting rid of diseases. And I'm worried about the possibilities, and you're right, most diseases are fully genetic, so it's several genes that interplay with the environment. But even that we are beginning to understand, and that we can also most likely change in the future. Not now, but maybe in a decade or so. So I am really worried that you will use enhancements and not to cure diseases, but more enhancements. That is my biggest fear, that we end up not being able to control that, as I say.
I guess Logi would agree with you.
Yeah. Yes, I agree, and I will put on that my biggest fear is the silence of the knowledge. So what we see, so there are some learnings I've had for the last 10 years with social media. Before conferences were free houses where you would throw out stupid ideas, and you would discuss it, and you would figure out some of it could be used or not. Now nobody does it because you don't know if you're on YouTube the next day, right? And if you make some stupid remarks or you have some crazy idea on how to work with ethics or something that is ethical concerns, you will not get a grant the next 20 years. So the people who actually have knowledge to criticize and set up the system that you also are asking for are not saying anything. And then we get people like presidents in certain countries running the debate, which scares me, and that's why I'm so scared of the eugenics movement, because we don't get the people with the brain to actually step in and take responsibility.
For me, I think it's very much that we pollute our own gene pool. Some of these things, you have biohacking societies today where people experiment on themselves, and they have no idea what it does to their genes. But we are polluting our gene pool to an extent where we don't know where we'll end up. And it's a bit like we did it with plants and crops and so on 20 years ago, and that apparently went well, because now everybody thinks that's going to save the world. I hope that we can end up the same place we did this year, but I am concerned that it might end badly for some of us.
Thank you so much. With this positive note, I would like to repeat the question which I asked at the beginning. Are you concerned about the direction where the technology and science is going now in relation to human bodies?
We haven't moved people 1 inch.
There must be a hacker somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's give it last 15 seconds and
Maybe
I
we
think
vote, we can see.
We need some more people to vote, right?
Yeah.
We can't get a 50-50.
so. That was actually my closing questions. How would you vote?
I'm worried because I think technologies will almost always be so much in front of registration and ethical course and what have you. And looking at the ethical course, what they're discussing now in terms of what we can do, it's basically mind blowing what we'll be able to do in the future. And to catch up, as you said, not that the ethical course are not intelligent, but some of these questions are extremely complicated and requires researchers that will guide society, and whether we can find the right balance there, I'm a little worried about.
So I'm optimistically worried. I believe in progress very much, but we need to be worried also to take care of it. But do I believe that there's a chance to have a better society than today? Yes, I do. Do we need to take a lot of deep responsibility in it? Yes, I do too. And I can be worried if we are able to do that.
For me, it's a bit like we are optimistically worried. What I worry about is that if we look 100 years forward, have we then left what we perceive as humanity today and has evolved into something different? That's the world my kids are gonna, grow old in. So that worries me. Where will we end up? Where's the end of this journey? But technology has improved our lives significantly over the last 200, 300, 400 years. I think it will still, but there are huge challenges in front of us.
And thank you so much. We are at Bioinnovation Institute. We are innovators. We want to run forward. And I think it's extremely important that sometimes we slow down and reflect and engage in discussions like that. Thank you very much for helping us to choose the topics and to get a direction. We did manage to get you worried a little bit more, and that's probably good. Better safe than worried.
Huge round of applause, please!